Hello everyone, Monisha here. This will be the last episode of a probability chapter, the last 5 questions from 21 to 25. Let us discuss all the 5 questions which are very important according to your examination point of view. Let us start. Let us move on to the 21st question of exercise 14.1. A lot consists of 144 ball pens, out of which 20 are defective and others are good. So out of 144, only 20 are defective and rest everything are good pens. So Noori will buy a pen only if it is good, and if it is defective, she will never buy. The shopkeeper draws one pen at random and gives it to her. So now we have to find out that what is the probability that she will buy it. She will buy only if it is good and she will not buy it. She will not buy it if it is defective. Okay. So the total number of ball pens is 144 and the number of defective pens is 20. So if we subtract it, we will get the number of good pens. The number of good pens is 144 minus 20, which is 124 is the good pen. The first question is Noori will buy the pen only if it is good. So probability of buying a pen is number of good pens by total number of pens. So what is the number of good pens? It is 124 divided by 144. So this is the probability of buying a good pen. The second question is she will not buy it. She will not buy it only if it is defective. So probability of not buying a pen is equal to number of defective pens divided by total number of pens. Number of defective pen is 20 divided by 144, that is total number of pen. I hope you understood this. So moving on to this 22nd problem. This is a little bit lengthier problem but an easier one. Here what we have to do is 2 dice has been rolled simultaneously and we have to do according to the table. That is, if 2 dice, separately 2 dice are thrown, the sum in that, the number if we add, then the sum in the 2 dice should be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up to 12. Okay. So if 2 dice are thrown simultaneously, we can see in one dice if it comes 1, in another die it can be 1. If one die it is 1, another die it is 2. If one die it is 1, another die it is 3. Like that, there is a combination of 36 types of combination may fall if 2 dice is thrown. Okay, so this is the question. So here in that we have to find out if 2 dice are thrown, if the sum is 2, means in one dice if it appears 1 and in another dice also if it appears 1, how many probabilities is possible? So we know that 1 plus 1, in one die 1 and another die 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. So 1 plus 1, 2 is possible only in one case and no other case is possible, right? So sum on 2 dice is 2 it happens only in one form, that is S is equal to 1 comma 1. So probability of sum is 2, number of events is only 1, that is 1 plus 1 2, only one activity, and total events is 36. Okay, in the same way sum on 2 dice is 3. Here we have taken the sum of 2 dice is 2, next it is 3. 3 is 1 plus 2 is 3 and 2 plus 1 is 3. Apart from this, no other probability is possible to get a sum of 3. Okay, so for a sum of 3, only 2 possibilities are there. So the number of event is 2. So probability of sum of 3 is number of events is only 2 probabilities are there and total number of events is 36. In the same way we have to do for sum of 4, sum of 5 up to sum of 12. I hope you understood the method. Let us do the continuation of question number 22. Next is the sum of 2 dice which fetches 4 as the sum. Okay, 3 plus 1, 1 plus 3 and 2 plus 2. All these things will give you 4, the sum of 4, and there are 3 events. Therefore, probability of sum of 4 will get 3 by 36. So 3 is the number of events and total number of events is 36. In the same way, next the sum of 5. Okay, sum of 5 is 1 plus 4, 2 plus 3, 3 plus 2 and 4 plus 1. All these 4 events fetches the sum of 5 and there are 4 events. Therefore, the probability of sum of 5 is 4 by 36. In the same way, the sum of 6. So the events should give you the sum of 6. 1 plus 5 is 6, 2 plus 4 6, 3 plus 3 is 6, 4 plus 2 and 5 plus 1. All these 5 events fetches the sum of 6. Therefore, the probability of sum of 6 is 5 by 36. In the same way, sum of 7. All these numbers or events will give you the sum of 7. That is 6 1, 5 2, 4 3, 3 4, 2 5 and 1 6. So the number of events is 6. Therefore, the probability of sum of 7 is 6 by 36. Next comes sum of 8. Sum of 8 is 2, 6, 3, 5, 4, 4 and 5, 3. Only these 5 events will give you the sum of 8. So 5 events are there. Probability of sum of 8 is 5 by 36. In the same way, sum of 2 dice is 9. So the event should give the sum of 9, that is 3, 6, 4, 5, 5, 4 and 6, 3. Only these 4 events will give a sum of 9. Therefore, total number of events is 4 events. Probability will be 4 by 36. Sum of 2 dice is 10. So the sum of 2 numbers should give a sum of 10. That is 4 plus 6 is 10, 5 plus 5 is 10 and 6 plus 4 is 10. In whole 36 probabilities, only 3 events is possible for the sum of 10. So 3 events are there. Probability of sum of 10 is 3 by 36. Next, sum of 11. Only 2 events is possible for the sum of 11. 5 plus 6 and 6 plus 5 is 11. Therefore, only 2 events. Probability of sum of 11 is 2 by 36. At last, sum of 2 dice is 12. For 12, only 1 is possible. That is 6 plus 6, 12. Only 1 event is possible. Therefore, the probability of sum of 12 is 1 by 36. At last, what we have to do in the question, they have given a box. We have to fill for all the sum. For 2. For sum of 2, there are only 1. For sum of 3, this is sum of 4. The sum of 3, there is 2. And for sum of 3, there is 3. That is 3 by 36. Likewise, we have to fill the entire box. Second, there is a question. There is an argument of a student of probabilities. So that argument is completely ruled out. So no argument can be agreed because it is already proved in the question 1 that this much of possibilities are there. Only from 2 to sum of 12 is possibilities are entirely possible in this sum. I hope you understood this. In exam, they won't give you the entire 12 sum. 1 or 2, they may give the sum of 5, the sum of 7 or like that. They may give 2 or 3. I hope you understood. Moving to the next sum, that is the 23rd sum. A game consists of tossing a 1 rupee coin 3 times and noting its outcome each time. So Hanif wins if all the tosses give the same result. So coin will give 2 answers. Either it can be head or tail. Here a coin is tossed 3 times. So there should be 3 probabilities like H, 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 T, that is 2 times head, 3 times head, 2 times head and tail, H, T, T, 1 time head and 2 times tail, 3 times tail, 2 times tail and head, like this T, H, H, T, H, T and H, T, H, T, H. So if a 1 rupee coin is tossed 3 times, the number of outcomes is possible is 8. So here the question is, Hanif wins if the probability has same head or same tail in all the 3 outcomes. But he loses if one of the other will differ. So calculate the probability that Hanif will lose the game. Hanif lose the game only if change in the probability will occur. So number of outcomes in which all the results are not same is if we take out this HHH and TTT, rest everything have different outcomes. So all these things we have to be stated or arranged in a manner. So this is the outcome in which Hanif will lose the game. Out of 8, 6 possibilities are there in which Hanif loses the game. So probability of Hanif losing the game is number of outcomes in which all the results are not same divided by all possible outcomes. So which is not same is 6 events. So 6 divided by total outcomes is 8. So the probability in which Hanif loses the game is 6 by 8 probability. I hope you understood this. Moving on to the 24th question. So here, just like the 22nd question, it is same as that of that. The die has been thrown twice. If a die is thrown twice, the probability of outcomes is 36. That is 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4 up to 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3 up to 6, 6. There are 6 into 6, that is 6 rows and 6 columns. There are total of 36 outcomes. In that, the first question is 5 will not come up either time and 5 will come up at least once. Okay. So first I have written 5 will come up at least once. So in this we can see here at least once 5 have appeared in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10. This is already ticked 11. So out of 36 times, 11 times 5 has appeared. So 5 will come up at least once have 11 outcomes. So probability of 5 will come up at least once is 11 by 36. Number of outcomes by total number of outcomes. Okay. So next is 5 will not come up either time. So 5 will not appear. Out of this 11, rest everything, all other number has different numbers, not 5. Okay. So out of 36, 11 has 5. So 36 minus 11, there are 25 outcomes in which 5 will not appear. Okay. So the probability of 5 will not come up either time is 25 by 36. I hope you understood that. Moving on to the last question of this session and also the last question of the chapter, probability. So here, which of the following arguments are correct and which of them are not correct? Give reason for your answer. Here the first question is, if two coins are tossed simultaneously, there are three possible outcomes: two head, two tail, and one of each. Therefore, for each of these outcomes, the probability is 1 by 3. So this is the statement which they have given. So the first statement is, the given statement is incorrect. Why? Because when two coins are tossed, it is not three possible outcomes, there will be four possible outcomes. That is HH, HT, TH and TT. Four possible outcomes will be there. So if we take two heads as an event, then it will be 1 by, the total possible outcome is 4 events or 4 outcomes. So in that, if we take two heads, then probability of getting two heads is 1 by total number of events, that is 1 by 4. If we take two tails as the event, then probability of getting two tails is 1 by whole events, that is 1 by 4. And probability of getting either tail or head, there will be two events successively, HT and TH. So the probability of getting either head or tail will be 2 by 4. So this statement is incorrect as per the statement. Okay. So going on to the second one, if a die is thrown, there are two possible outcomes, an odd number or an even number. Therefore, the probability of getting an odd number is 1 by 2. This statement is correct. Why? Because if a die is thrown, the possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 events will be there. In that, there are 3 sets of odd number, that is odd number is 1, 3, 5, and 3 set of even number, that is 2, 4, 6. So this is one event and this is one event if we take into consideration. In that, probability of getting an odd number of odd numbers is 3. So 3 by total number of events happen is 6. So 3 ones are 3 twos are, which is 1 by 2, which they have given here. The probability of getting an odd number is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2, which is proved. So this second statement is correct. I hope you understood this. The probability is the easiest chapter in 10th maths. If you have any queries or doubts, please comment me on the comment section. Thank you.